Thank you for telling that story, sister. I now can skip half my speech. We can improvise. You know, I'm a non-drinker now. I peaked early, let's say.
I think all Believers girls do.
Yeah. But my favorite toast is one that kind of covers all the bases. It says, it's to absent friends in present company. Those absent include my sister and fellow classmate, Ellen Casey, who died too young at the age of 35 and who I think about every day. It includes my classmate, Barb Ryan Hoodmaker, whose legacy of service to Holy Angels and her legacy and her kindness and generosity lives on. And it includes my mother, who attended Holy Angels for one happy year before her father broke her heart by sending her to South Park High School to save money. She vowed that all of her girls, if she ever had any daughters, would go to Holy Angels. And all 4 of us did. Those present, and happily there's a lot of people present, include my fellow award winners, who I admire so much, and my classmate, especially Jean Pinzel, who I have to tell you, her humility is beyond all bounds. In our shared state of Connecticut, I cannot overstate her impact on opening up dental care to the poor, especially poor children. She has been a guiding light to people, and she's opened up a lot in Connecticut. And if I had any impact, it's only because she was my deep throat. So I just appreciate that so much about her. It includes my sister Kate, who you've already met. My sister Claudia, my brothers Seamus and Tim, and my sisters-in-law, my cousin, my niece Rachel, who's here today. It's a miracle, you know, we're all adults and we still speak to each other. But most important, it includes my husband and 2 children. Life is not a resume. My greatest pride is that my children make the world a better place. Anna and Tim, nothing I have ever done or ever will do is as important as my being your mother. You give my life meaning and grace, and you make me laugh. My husband, my friend, and my rock is Peter Panzarella, to whom I've been married for 27 years. By the way, Pete is a distant cousin to Sister Mary Kathleen. Now, I didn't know that. I didn't know that when we dated, but we might have tied the knot sooner. I'm here because Holy Angels taught me to dream big dreams. Everyone needs a place where they can hang and where they can light a sanctuary lamp and contemplate all that is about who they are. And Holy Angels was the place where I did that. It encouraged me to discern right from wrong, good and bad, and not to be afraid to take a stand. It was all wonderful training for an opinion writer. Now, some things in my career I did that I'd kind of rather forget. Like when I covered a Peter, Paul, and Mary concert and wrote a brilliant review that mixed up all their last names. Peter Stuckey, Paul Stuckey, you know, whatever. I copied this, didn't catch it, and there it was in print for all to see. Or when I convinced Pete, who I had brought with me to Russia during one of my exchange programs, that I really could read Russian. I I could read the Cyrillic alphabet. And I read the signs so well that we got hopelessly lost in the Moscow subway system. Or, because I am too stupid to be afraid, got into an argument with a member of the Revolutionary Guards in Iran. And in the middle of it, I thought to myself, why am I arguing with someone who doesn't like our government and could put me in prison? But there have been more highs than lows. And with every story, Holy Angels was never far from my mind. In Iran, I spent a day with an obscure human rights lawyer named Shirin Ebadi, who described to me all the problems she was fighting with that theocratic dictatorship, all the women she was defending, all the people she was getting out of prison, all the children she was helping. And I knew that she was on a hit list to be arrested. I knew that. And my last question that I asked her was a simple one. Was she ever afraid? And she gave a two-word answer. Every day, she said. Every day. 2 years later, Shirin won the Nobel Prize for Peace. In New London, Connecticut, I got to know a Holocaust survivor named Sigmund Strauchlitz, who only in his 80s began to talk about Auschwitz. He gave me a mezuzah, which I am proud to say is on the door frame of our home. When he died, I wrote about him for the New York Times. And his daughter told me he would have been so proud because he taught himself English by closeting himself up in his room with the Sunday New York Times every week until he was fluent. But I have to tell you, there was one day when I was at the New York Times and my connection to Holy Angels really hit home for me. It was when a group of Israeli and Palestinian women who had been meeting together for years to work on peace decided they had some ideas and they wanted to come and talk to a journalist. First, they had to get over their anger at each other in these meetings. And then they stepped back and really got into some larger issues. And they thought they got some ideas. So they went to a conference in New York City and they didn't know how to contact, a newspaper. So they called Gloria Steinem. And Gloria Steinem said, not a problem. I've got friends at the New York Times. So Gloria Steinem called me and I said, bring them all in. So what happens with the editorial board is that when someone wants to come in and see us, there's a general invitation that's sent out to all the members of the board. And as it so happened with this particular meeting, all the women wanted to meet with them. So there was about 5 or 6 women of us on the board, and about 20 Palestinian and Israeli women, all really intelligent, members of the Knesset, members of Parliament, members of academia. And I kept thinking, as we all gathered in this room and I listened to all these smart women, that it seemed really familiar. And as we all began to sit down, I blurted out, well, this reminds me of the girls' high school I attended. And there was silence and heads turned, and then after a minute, 8 or 9 of the women in the room all said, me too! And I thought, I know what kind of school they went to. It was like mine. We attended a place that taught all of us to dream big dreams. And that's been my gift all these years. Whenever I went to some corner of the world, that's why I wore my Holy Angels ring. Not just as a tribute to the school. It gave me a good foundation, but as a nod to the girl that I once was. The same kind of young woman who finds a happy home at Holy Angels today. Bursting with curiosity and ambition, she's surrounded by encouraging adults, armed with all she needs to live her life and change the world, in a school that helps her be smart and strong and dream big dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, to